All right, you'll notice I keep harping on about how the articulations and adjusting these parameters is going to be the key to realism. So let's see if the proof is in the pudding. What I'd like to do now is program in a few of these articulations and put them in and see if it makes the piece sound a little bit more realistic. So in this case, what I've got here is I've got the sustain articulation on right now for the violins. And this first note the violins play is meant to be sort of a haunting, ethereal note. And as you'll hear, it comes in very loudly. So I don't have any articulations programmed anywhere here. Let's listen to this piece. Okay, not bad. Definitely sounds a lot better than my typical general MIDI setup, but everything is very flat. They're all playing in sustained articulation, and that's not the way it would really be. When they're playing those faster runs, it got very messy. And when the violins came in, it wasn't a haunting, ethereal thing. It was like, here we are, playing that note. So what I'd like to do is if I open up the instrument, I can see that articulation has a note mapped to it, C0. So if I click on here with the muted sound, or maybe even the harmonic one, it has a different note next to it, E0 or C sharp 0. So all I have to do is open up the editor and go right before that note. So I'm going to extend this region a little bit, and I'm going to give it an articulation. So I'll scroll down, and let's say I find C sharp 0. So I take my pencil tool, and I'm just going to put in a note C sharp 0 right there. And if I do that, right before it plays that first note, it's going to switch to that articulation. Watch. I open this up. I am now, let me go to my sustain articulation and watch. Right before it plays that first note, you'll see the articulation switch over to C sharp, which is the muted one. Wow, great. Definitely a little better. I'd probably like it if it started with less intensity and loudness and then gradually went up. So I could actually map my mod wheel and take that dynamic control and slowly bring it in as the note plays. So that would be even better. Now imagine if I did that with every single instrument. Well, I can. Let's take a look. All right, well, I've programmed in a few articulations, and I even programmed a little bit of mod wheel automation to bring the dynamics level up. Let's hear if it's changed. Well, definitely. You can hear that run at the end a lot more clearly. If I open it up, you'll see the mod wheel I programmed in. So right there, if I start it, you'll see how the dynamics in the middle will just automatically start to crank up as it plays that phrase. So you can really hear it. So all those little notes you see at the beginning are those key switches that are programmed in and automatically switching articulation, and at the same time, so if you look, there's my articulation switch, but at the same time adjusting the dynamic level of the note. So that brings that new layer of realism to this piece.